Yo, welcome back to the Heavily Opinionated Podcast. It's your boy, Jamel Kijana, a.k.a. Melly Mel, a.k.a. whatever you want to call me. And with me, I got
your boy, Playboy Troy. Hey, ladies, you know what it is. You love me, and I love you. Playboy Troy is for everybody.
Okay, all right. Who else I got with me?
You got your boy, Cooley with the Toolie, a.k.a. Franco with the A.K., Frank Mason in the building, you know.
All right. Who else in the building?
It's your favorite DJ Rozay in this bit. What's up with y'all boys, man?
Cap.
All right, what's up? No, let him cook.
Exactly. Like, we ain't gonna say nothing about Cooley and Playboy today, cause look, hey, too much salt.
All right. I'll let you cook. Just go eat your plate. All right. Who else I got with me?
Hey, man, you already know, man. It's your boy, Almighty Platinum Pat, back in the building, gracefully. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, he's back like he never left, though. All right, y'all boys, let's get into it. It's been a great week in sports. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to tap into 4 different sports today. So hopefully y'all can keep up, and let's get into it. Right now, we recording game 5 is on tonight for the finals. Looking like it might be over. Who knows? It is the Heat. They know how to just keep fighting. They don't give up. They don't go down swinging. I mean, they're going to go down swinging. So, we'll see. But me personally, y'all, this is when I thought the series was like, yeah, the Nuggets might go ahead and win this. When I saw this right here, I think they're going to go ahead and replay this. Oh. We don't need that. Refresh it. This play right here, I was like, yeah, this is crazy. Oh, he tried to, I don't know what Buddy tried to do, but it looked like he tried to like push him or like pull him while he was going up for the dunk. And that whole energy after that just kind of just changed for Denver. They just started playing different. But it was already up, but to me, yeah, like they was already up. Oh, see, look at that. He swiped at the back of his head.
Smack my boy.
Yeah,
Max Strus, no, he don't even dunk himself. I don't even know what he was doing.
It wasn't a good look. It was very desperate. Like when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, y'all, this is the type of basketball y'all playing. Like y'all can't even keep up." And he hit him with the mean mug.
You don't. When he going up and he gone, he break away. You don't try to push him while he in the air. That's a no.
Yeah, bro. You don't do that unless you got that bounce. You know what I'm saying? You don't jump.
Hey, I just want to say after that play, Miami kept fighting though. They kept fighting.
Yeah, they kept fighting, but to me,
it did feel like a heartbreak. It did.
Because I haven't seen a play from Miami like that yet. That's why I'm going off that. It's like,
hey, Bam dunked on Jokic that first game. I was like,
okay, well, that's a big man doing that. Big man's going to dunk on each other. But Jamal Murray doing that, I was like,
Jamal Murray got bounced. Y'all just everybody only focus on his shooting.
Got bounced, y'all.
They only focus on his shooting though. That's
probably what it is then.
But all they keep saying is Jamal Murray's a great shooter. He's a great dunk. He's athletic as hell.
Yeah, he's a great point guard.
He's just a great player all around.
Yeah, he got
to me.
He could play the position.
To be honest with you, he's just a light-skinned Damian Lillard with actual help.
So my question for y'all is Jamal a top 3 point guard? Is Jamal?
I was thinking about that this week. I was like, that's going to be the new conversation when they get this ring. Is he?
Who's the current top 3 point guards right now?
I think just as a natural,
Steph the Chef.
Yeah, I think as a natural census, you got Chef, you got CP or Kyrie or Dame.
That's 3, and then Dame.
You know what I mean? At 2 and 3.
That's 4. That's what you named 4.
Yeah, 2 and 3. I think you got those 4. I mean, those 3 pretty much being argued for that position.
I've been saying this. I think ever.
I would say no.
Then put Jamal Murray over all those 4 people, 4 or 5 people that you just named.
4 or 5.
Like who is he? Is he better than Chef? No. Is he better than Dame?
No.
Is he better than Kyrie?
No.
He might be better than at this time. He might be better than CP3. But
see, well, the thing about at this time could be solely based off of like Were you injured this year? How available were you? What team are you on? If we're looking from an overall,
he's just old now, so it's like,
oh man, yeah, we can't. But we talking right now. We can't bring up their past career.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we're talking right now, based off their play,
I
would say he is better than.
If you had to start a team today, who's your point guard?
If I had to start a team today, outside of Steph,
Kyrie.
Damn.
Jamal.
I'll go Kyrie.
But Kyrie was. Hey, keep in mind, Kyrie was my second favorite player.
But this is the thing: is Jamal Murray? We haven't seen him play without Joker. So it's like it's kind of hard. It's kind of just like how we talk about Klay Thompson. We never seen Klay Thompson play without.
Joker got iced out versus Rudy. Well, I mean, I'm not really gonna say that because that nigga was putting up 40 on that nigga. But versus AD, you know what I'm saying?
Like we're talking about Murray, like Jokic ain't on the court at all. Like
okay,
it's just Jamal Murray.
We haven't. I will. Fair enough, but
so it's hard to put.
But his talent, you can see his talent right now. Like you didn't have to see Shaq go away to know that Kobe was gonna be that man.
At that time, though, there was questions, but he proved otherwise.
At that time, you did. You had to see how he
questions. It was questions. Can he lead the team by himself?
Yeah.
But is he a top shooting guard in the league? There was no question.
I ain't gonna lie, Jamal Murray was him when he got into the league, and that's why me and Najee was like, "Wait, Rozay, you kind of tripping talking about who Jamal Murray?" And
wasn't he hurt off the knee a year ago?
He just got injured.
Wasn't he hurt off the year? He didn't play last year in the first round. He got swept by the Warriors, right? Oh, okay. So yeah, so he's coming off a knee injury, right? But it's the first time where some player that came off a knee injury, their first year coming back, they won a championship. I mean,
that's not the first time. Okay,
all right, we can throw Klay in there. We can throw Klay in there.
I will say
that was the other year
a perennial part and
shit, right? No, it wasn't because Klay literally
got 2 injuries.
He was literally out for 2 years.
But when he came back,
he had 2 injuries.
Yeah, he started playing on the court. Because normally, like Gordon Hayward, Paul George, James,
but this boys
wasn't
about this, Rozay.
You kept about that first year
it's not like Klay Thompson. But I was like, the only thing Jamal Murray is gonna be better for Jamal Murray than Klay Thompson because Klay Thompson came back like the last quarter of the season. Jamal Murray has been back basically this whole entire season. So it's like he got back and he's in rhythm. He's gotten back in rhythm. Klay Thompson had to really work his ass off to finally get fully into Klay Thompson mode in playoff time because he really wasn't Klay Thompson for literally the ending of that season because he came back with 20 games left.
But even that, like you say, his usage rate wasn't the same either.
But Jamal Murray, he had a whole season.
So
he had time. He has gotten time to get back in that motion.
They put him back in the rotation like organically, slowly, methodically. Like, all right, let's do 10 minutes. All right, 12. Let's do him at 50, 20. Now,
and allowed him to play.
Yeah.
So yeah, I honestly though I'm taking Jamal though because I think as a point guard for right now, what I want in the league, like he's probably the closest to a traditional point as to what we're gonna get in terms of like he can get a bucket, but he can also get you 10 assists. No problem.
That's valid. So is the series over, guys?
Yeah, that shit's over with.
And that's even with no superstition.
We're not even talking about that. We're not even talking about that.
Included. This over with.
So they got their ring. So Jamal Murray's got his ring in his 4th or 5th year?
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty solid.
It was over when you let Eric Gordon drop 30 on you.
That was just what I was about to say. When we talked about it, I was like, the keys for Miami to win the chip and to beat Denver was to it was to let Joker get his 30, 40-point game, but he has to have less than 5 assists.
Yep.
And you have to let you have to make the other players beat you. But when it got to that, but what happened was they had one game that they won, they actually did that where a Joker had a 40-point game and he only had 3 assists or 4 assists. But all the other games that they've lost, even the last one, game 4, Jamal, like Jokic had a triple double. I want to say him and Jamal Murray had a triple double, and then the role players was literally like killing them, like Bruce Brown and Aaron Gordon and I can't remember the other guy, Caldwell Pope. All of them was like, once you, that's the thing about Denver. If Jokic get everybody else like included in the process of winning, like he gets them involved in the game, then they're unstoppable. So it's like they literally had the game plan for one game and they just went away from it. And this whole series is over with now, because even if they do get this one, even if they do say they win tonight, right? They haven't won in Miami. So it's like you already given Denver confidence that they could beat you in Miami because they've done it twice already. So it's like, and it's like, yo, if you you win, you take it back home. Now you're about to. It's a possibility that you're going to lose on your home court because Denver has confidence. They're not shook that they have to come back to Miami because they're like, oh, we already did this before. This ain't nothing new to us. Right. So I would say Miami just go ahead, cut their losses, go ahead, take that L for the night, and just go ahead and start preparing for next season with the possibility of
because you don't want to go home and have them boys take over the city.
Yeah,
you don't want that.
The Denver Nuggets, they a full course meal. It's like you can get past Joker because that's the chicken breast. But now you start adding the mac and cheese, you know, that's the L Gordon. Then you start adding the coleslaw with the collard greens, you know, that my man Caldwell Pope. Then you put the barbecue sauce on top of the chicken breast. That my man Jamal Murray. Oh yeah, you full, big fella. You gotta go take a
nap. Nah. Jamal that good bev on the side. Cause you gotta have a good bev. You gotta have a good bev with a good meal.
You know what I'm saying? He that nice tall boy. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm talking about? For sure. And that's exactly what I was gonna say. I mean, like, cause I've been saying this whole time. It's easier said than done, but you gotta stop get under 5 assists, under 8. Like you gotta get you can't you let him eat up 40, 50, you let him do his thing. But then you got to remember that he got a Robin next to him that can easily come and shut this bitch down. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's kind of tough to say that, you know, and I think they had a good matchup personally. I think you throw Jimmy on Jamal from the tip off, you throw Bam on Jokic, and you stay home. Everybody else has to stay home. Do not leave your man. And let's see what they do from there. But they don't do that shit. They leave, they trail, they switch, they do all this other bullshit. You can even sit in a fucking zone versus them, bro. Easily. Like, you can sit in a zone versus the Nuggets, and teams have not realized that. All you have to do is put a box and one on and literally pay attention to your shooter. And Jamal Murray is your shooter, and just stay attached. And that's it.
We just talk about Miami's defense and what they've done, but we have to talk about their offense. They've gone cold.
Miami has literally been
reality.
And that's just reality because they've been hot. They've been hot the whole thing.
Hey, let's talk about how Bam was. Let's talk about Bam for one time. Like they forcing you.
I mean, in his defense, bro, 26 points for 25 shots.
You're not being aggressive.
That's not good. That's not good basketball. Like if you take you 25 shots to get 26 points, you're doing something wrong.
That's Bam though. Bam, what is Bam? Like literally, he's a guy who lives in the paint, and they've got nothing but paint presence, and then free throws. Like that's where most of his points gonna come from.
Yeah, I'm about to say Bam really.
He's not a shooter.
He's not a huge like offensive threat. So it's like he has to work on his offensive game. He's a great defensive guy, but he has to work on his offensive game. And he has to
advocating for defensive player of the year.
I want to say I was talking to Cooley about this, where I was like, we was talking about it on another episode, but I was saying how like today's game, the big man is the facilitator for the majority of offenses. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you have to understand, you don't always have to be a facilitator. Like if they're giving you these shots, you should be already like Draymond understood like, yo, if you're going to give me a 3, okay, let me go ahead and take this 3 if it's in the flow of the game. It's all about the flow of the game. And it's like, if they give you a mid-range shot in the flow of the game, go ahead and take it. Don't sit there and be like, nobody's open, and wait till almost like 4 or 5 seconds left on the clock to finally want to take the shot.
I'm gonna say this though in their defense. If your coach is telling you not to shoot the ball, and I know what it's like, nigga, we in the middle of practice, nigga, I'm taking the jump shot, and the coach look at me like, nigga, you ain't gonna take that in the game. Pass that bitch. If your coach telling you that, bro, in the middle of practice,
coach wants Bam to shoot. That's
well, I mean, that's what he's saying on that goddamn podium, bro. But and that's what Willis will come and say in that goddamn in the locker room, middle of the game. You need to do this. You need to, bro. It's not a switch in my brain. I can't just switch it on and off. I have to either be that and have that incorporated and be practicing that, or not. And the plays y'all run for me are pick and roll actions, blocks, and shit like that, and drops. Isn't it? Don't have no plays.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. And they just tipped off right now, so we're gonna see what them boys do and how they see if they can close out this dub and get Denver's franchise their first ring ever. Surprisingly, I always felt like they won one way back in the day, but hey. You never
Not
know.
with Mutombo.
Right.
Just have hype.
I'm talking about like when they used to possibly be like the
this man said
Tacoma Nuggets or something, like in the 50s before the merger. But nah, none of that. But I guess I don't even know who that is. But anyways, moving on. So the OG, one of my favorite players, I used to love playing with him in 2K, Chris Paul, is left the Suns or released or whatever. Where do y'all think he's gonna sign this summer?
He's up in the air. Right now, it's kind of weird. He's up in the air because they say they didn't waive him, but they're going to they're going to cut him, which is like, bro,
they're only
just go ahead
doing
and make it
that because they don't want to lose him.
Because it's already said that
because they waive him. That means
the season ain't end, so I think they'll wait to the end of the season.
If we keep this man back on the books, we could do a sign and trade the nigga for something.
Right, but they got to July 1st.
If you go to the Lakers,
if you go to the Lakers,
if you go to the Lakers,
done as a bro. I know.
I don't say we need him. We need a scorer. We don't need a point guard. We got.
Well, you a Laker fan though. You a Laker fan, right?
I don't know what the fuck he is.
Hey,
that's facts. That's facts.
Anything in the playoffs.
Rozay, you can go ahead and take my intro. You for everybody. Don't worry. He's for every team. Like every team. 10 toes down, and guess what? Every time you put a toe down, they don't want to lose.
This man was born with 50 toes. I'll tell you. Shoot.
That boy kid at the Rolling Stone.
Yeah, it is tough to put a pinpoint on where he could go. It really just depends.
Yeah, honestly, I think, so I don't know, bro. When I first saw the report, I'm thinking that they were trying to do something to negotiate and fix the deal up, like within in-house, and just basically like, but honestly, now more reports keep coming out, and they're like saying that they were gonna like they said, waive them and cut them and do all of this shit. But like I said, they got to do all of this shit before July 1st, because if they don't do it by then I believe there's some, like, they have to pay him because he's got a deal where it's like a player option cutoff, where if they don't do it by then, they got to pay him then. Like, they have to pay him his money.
You want to know what's the best team for him? Probably, I would probably go with 76ers, because he's not going to go to a rebuild team. And then that's one thing. Two, he's known as, like, around he's like the center whisperer, because he usually does good with centers.
I was about to say.
And that will finally get the ball out of Joel Embiid's hands, and he'll become more efficient.
Did you just make him Spanish?
So Harden to the Suns?
That nigga said Joel
Harden to the Suns? Is that what you're saying?
No, James Harden to the Suns.
No, not Joel. Joel.
I was trying not to
Joel Embiid.
But no, no, probably not. If they do go James Harden to the Suns, he'll probably get a buyout.
That's what I think he went to Arizona State or something like that. So he's from Cali.
He's not going there.
Just like Carmelo got bought out with Atlanta.
Oh no, I forgot they got Booker. I'm tripping. That's how big of an impact KD is. You forget that they literally have another star. Because I'm thinking, him and KD back again.
That's what I was about to say though. If Chris Paul went to the 76ers, then Harden would mess around and stay, but I don't think they cool like that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, they not. Yeah, they don't mesh.
Towards, they really don't want either one. They just
Houston pushing towards Kyrie.
They come, but we got the biggest bat to throw in for somebody. Like, cause more than likely for James Harden, this is what it is. If James Harden wants to win, it makes no reason for him to leave Philadelphia. If he really wants to. I don't
think that's a smart move.
If you was trying to get anybody they could get,
for him to go to Houston, it would have to be
anybody they could get.
And the same for really for Kyrie, because it's like, okay, Dallas can offer you a bag, so why the hell are you just sitting in Houston?
The first thing they're going to do is Jabari Smith Jr. already.
You tell me you don't want to go to the first.
But see, that's the thing. You have to understand. Like, there's certain players like James Harden. He's kind of he's gonna be looking for a contending team, but it's kind of like, it's kind of his time is kind of
he's leading the league in assists.
Where it's like, if he is gonna be on a contending team, he's gonna be on the bench. Like, that's just what it is. That's the truth of it. I don't.
Nah, he's not gonna be on the bench.
Doesn't look. Stop with the stats. Like, it just doesn't matter. Like, okay, he leads the league in assists, but guess what? If you sit there and you shit your pants every time I put you in the game 6 or 7, I don't give a fuck about how much you lead the assists. No one cares about that.
But I'm gonna tell you this. Yeah, I'm about to. But first of all, though, he don't. All right, with the Rockets, bro, he didn't shit his pants just as much as fucking Chris Paul got hurt. So I'm not gonna sit here and just act like that's the reason why. But
2 games.
As for the 76ers, if I'm any team, I saw you drop 45 game 1 and win a game in the other conference. Was that the conference finals or not? Right before the semi-conference. I saw you do that when you were in attack mode, not when you were confused between pass the ball or attack. I want you on attack mode. I don't give a fuck if you pass the ball or don't. Get me a bucket, James. Pass the ball because I know that you're elite enough.
The time he did that, Joel Embiid was out. So it was like Joel Embiid didn't ball. It wasn't like a ball hogging kind of team. Because everyone, that's why when I watch
stop giving Joel the fucking ball.
I already know what's going to happen. Joel Embiid is going to keep calling for the ball, and he's going to constantly want the ball all the time. And that's not helpful for James Harden because he's such an offensive threat.
James needs to be on some Kobe shit.
Yeah, when you take the ball out of James' hand and you basically be like, you're just going to be a passer. You're going to lead the league in assists. He's not being used properly because that's not his forte.
He can, but he hasn't done that in 3 years since he's been in Brooklyn and this situation.
And does put a lot of assists.
He can.
But he also scores a lot.
Yeah, he can. Because Kobe had the ability. Kobe could have.
Lately, a lot of them points been coming off free throws.
Yeah, okay. And that's a part of the game.
For the past,
it's always been a part.
Yeah, but you can't rely in the game 7. You can't rely off your free throws getting you the dub.
I'm attacking that's just part of his game. That's always been a part of his game. Like if you look at that run when he was scoring 50, 30, 40, 50, 40, 40, 40, but it like just kept going. Nigga, he probably had like 15 plus free throws
even when he was in OKC.
Okay, well hold on, Troy, hold on. But you say he needs to go into Kobe mode. And when I think of Kobe mode, I think of dominating and winning a championship. I've never seen hold on. But I've never seen a player win a championship off of getting some free throws.
Kobe won plenty of championships off of because James Harden doesn't just get free throws. James Harden scores from behind the 3-point line.
I'm saying as of lately.
He scores behind the 3-point line. He gets some layups. He can get his free throws. Kobe did the same thing. Kobe scored. He could score the 3. He can score in the mid-range, but Kobe's going to have you in the bonus. Kobe's going to be at the free throw line. You look at any of the stories about Kobe, Kobe's methodically plotting out, all right, how can I get you in the bonus? Because the faster I get you in the bonus, anything y'all do is a free throw. It's a 1 point. That's a part of the game.
Okay, but that's not what he relied on.
Yes,
that's not what he relied on. Lately with James Harden, that's what I've been seeing. I'm not saying it's not, but I'm thinking James Harden, the first thing I think of lately, not his whole career, but lately these past couple of years, and specifically his time in Philly, it's been a lot of free throw leeching. Or like getting a lot of points off your free throws. And to me, in a game 7, game 6, we can't rely on that because if they don't call the calls, now you just missed a shot. That's all I'm
You
saying.
gotta shoot your shot to make every shot. You don't shoot your shot to get a foul.
But that comes into what I was saying.
That's what it's looking like to me. It's looking like he's shooting to get fouls more than he's shooting to make
Nah,
it.
that game
That
one, that
comes from
game
what I
two,
was saying.
he was looking to score.
When you
I
take the
thought he
ball out
was
of
looking to
James Harden's
score.
hands a lot, he's a purified scorer. When he doesn't get a chance to shoot so many times, that rhythm that he has is basically gone, and that's when he gets to hunting for fouls and everything because he's just hoping that he could score anytime. Because the past years, even when he was in Brooklyn, he has become, and I want to say his last years in Houston,
he literally played the same role
the point guard James Harden,
MVPs.
and that's not what he is. He's not Mr.
He
Point
was the
Guard
focal
James
point
Harden.
of the offense. Offense
He has
was
not.
leading the league in assists still back then as well.
No, he did not. He scored.
He wasn't putting up the points,
but he was the main scorer. And he passed. We're saying he can.
Yeah, I'm about to say
can-
Steve Nash just wasn't tall enough to do that shit.
He can. You have to
And
understand.
didn't
I'm
have
not
the
saying
athleticism.
his primary goal was
but this
scoring.
thing y'all forgetting. Y'all
His
Because he had
primary
the
goal
ball
was
by the
scoring.
30.
It wasn't primary
He was also
passing.
putting up
That was
10,
not his
12
primary.
assists a
Secondary
game,
was
too.
passing.
Yeah, because nobody else could
look
put
at
up
the triple
30 on
doubles.
his fucking team.
Not with him.
And then now you send him to Brooklyn
You
last,
said we're just
last year, but that's no.
He was
I'm not
Mr. Triple
saying
Double for
he's
sure.
not. I'm not. You're not getting what I'm saying. I'm not saying he can't pass the ball. I'm saying he was a primarily scorer and he was secondary passer. Yes, he could lead the league in assists, but he was secondary in passing. Passing was his secondary thought. As when he went to Brooklyn and when he got the
leading the league in
76ers,
scoring.
passing became the primary and scoring was the secondary. And that's not what that's not him being fully efficient.
I
When
agree.
those two games that they won or whatever games the games that they won with Philly, when they won against Boston, he was primary scoring. He was in attack mode because he was like, I'm back to what I'm used to, scoring, going to get a bucket. I'm gonna get them involved too, but I'm getting me a bucket first.
That's never been his game.
That's his mindset.
It's
But
because
when you
of the
go,
threat of him being an offensive threat. Hence why
you
he can
don't
make
need to
those
go get a
lob passes
bucket.
with
You could just
Capella
pass
or
it
with
off.
PJ Tucker in the corner.
That's
It fucks up his
That's what
game.
made him
It
be able
fucks
to
up
have
his game.
It
the
fucks up
open
his
looks to
flow of
get
the
those
game.
players open. But the thing is, like I totally understand because the roles were flipped. Because what was it said when he got to Brooklyn? He was the third best player compared to Kyrie, KD, and he was third best. Then we get the goddamn Philadelphia. Yeah, you're right. He's the facilitator because he had to take that. Who else was going to be it? Tyrese Maxey? Tobias Harris? No. That he became that. And those first two games, game 1 and game 2 in Boston, 2 of the best games of James Harden's postseason career. Best ever. Best ever, right? So why? So if it for him going into where he's gonna go into next season, it really depends on him. If he wants to win a championship,
you just proved my point.
Best place to do it. He could just literally, like you said, turn the switch and say, "I'm gonna be the offensive threat. I'm still facilitate, but Joel, you're not gonna get that MVP this year. We're going for the win." He could say to do that, but unless that's on him. But what if he want to say, "Hey, I just want to go back to Houston so I could be me"? That's on him. We don't know.
Exactly.
That's not going to happen.
No, hell
that's
no.
Why I said
It can happen.
The best place for him is for when he could stay in Philadelphia, but he's going to have to come off the bench if he's
going to have to not be scared to get punched up a couple times. I'm going to tell you that now.
He's going to have to come off the bench.
Shaq and Kobe didn't throw no. Fuck no.
He's going to have to come off the bench. I'm telling you. If you want
I don't know about that one, Naj. Off the bench?
James Harden, he's going to have to come off the bench.
No, I'm putting both of them. They both starting, and at about 3 minutes, Joel, sit your ass down, Harden. You better cook up. And then after you done cooking, Joel, bring your ass out here. And then at the end of the game,
it ain't going to work.
That's what I mean, though.
It ain't gonna work
when you got some Tobias Harris, when you got some bullshit around there.
But we all saw that. I'm telling you, it won't work because you have to understand. You're gonna tell you're gonna go sit down MVP Joel Embiid.
He's not an MVP. He's not an MVP. They pushed to be that.
And we walking up the court, up and down the court, offense and defense, bruh. That was pure laziness. That wasn't Doc Rivers. That wasn't James Harden. That was Joel Embiid. Yeah, you was hurt. But nigga, he ain't want it. And we used to keep seeing it, and this was his year to get through. He ain't do it. So like how I said, the expectation on for talking about for Jokic is up for Joel now, because like, bro, we gave you everybody. We keep getting you niggas. We traded Ben Simmons away. We said this your team.
The Shaq and Kobe formula.
James Harden gave us 45 twice. You ain't give us nothing. No,
do it. The Shaq and Kobe formula.
He just want
James Harden, this is really why I said if you want to see a fully efficient Joel Embiid, you give him Chris Paul.
You see that?
If you want to see a fully efficient, if you want to see a fully efficient, if it's Joel Embiid don't need a bucket getter. He needs someone who can contribute, who can actually. Hold on.
They need CJ McCollum.
Listen to what I'm saying. You have to have someone who's going to be able to bring the ball down the court and actually just be a point guard. They don't actually need to be a primary scorer.
Bro,
he won't be tired in the fourth if he didn't have to do as much work.
That's the point, though. If you give him Chris Paul, he's going to have to do that work, the same work.
Why would he have to do that same work?
You need to give him a scorer because he's going to have to score the ball all 4 quarters. Instead, he needs somebody who can score the ball with him, who can go in there and be Flash, who can go in there and be Kobe.
If you keep James Harden,
James in the scoring mindset.
You have to have. That's what I'm saying. James Harden has to. You have to understand what I'm saying is James Harden has to come off that bench because if hold on before you go whoa. Listen to what I'm saying. James Harden is gotten to a stage where you're literally trying to force a lion to be a house cat, and that's just not how that works. Because James Harden's primary mindset is scoring. Because that's what he knows. He knows scoring. But you're trying to force him to be a point guard. He's a shooting guard that you're trying to force him to be a point guard.
No.
And that's not... Hold on. No, it ain't going to work that way. Because guess what? Joel Embiid is always so tired and all this stuff. Because one, you want him to be a scorer. And he has to play point guard too. Why?
That's none of that is what I want. None of that is what I want.
But that's what nobody wants.
James
That's
Harden,
what he ends up doing.
So what I want is James Harden to be a scorer first. Go get you 30 because just like you can lead in assists, the big man down there can lead in rebounds. So any of them shots that you miss, he can get them bitches and go put them right back up.
But that's the thing.
Joel Embiid is the closest.
He plays up top. Top of the key.
Exactly. So what I'm saying here is they're going to have a coaching adjustment. Joel Embiid is the closest thing to Shaq that we have seen in terms of body size and dominance in the game. You can dominate that paint just like Shaq did. Turn around, hit that dunk just like how Dwight was. Just the exact same way. The problem is he's got too many motherfuckers. The same thing Ja Morant got. You got too many people telling him to shoot the ball. You got too many coaches telling him, I love the touch because you got the big man doing that. Bro, he has a Flash, a Kobe-esque player with him. He has a player that can give him 30, just like Jamal Murray and Jokic has in him. You have a player that can give you 32. Let that man give him 30 and you going to get your 30. He's just so worried about getting his. And the coaches set it up for him. Get a 20 and 20, just like how Shaq did.
You know how I see this? It's just like Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is a scorer, right? Yes, he's assists. But he scores a lot. He does a lot of scoring. Don't act like he didn't do the triple doubles and all this stuff. And when he was doing triple doubles, he was putting up 20 and 30 and all this other points. He was doing that. He could score. The man could score. So let's not act like
we're gonna let it ride. We're gonna let it ride.
Hold on. Guess what?
I don't know about that, bro. I don't feel as comfortable.
Russell Westbrook ended up being more efficient for the Lakers when he came off the bench. He ended up getting traded when he was getting hot.
James Harden
ended up
Westbrook, especially like in his career.
Those are two different conversations.
I ain't seen James Harden be good until literally the moment.
When was last time Westbrook got past first round since Kevin Durant left?
Ain't you the person who said stop talking stats?
I'm not saying I don't talk stats.
You told Kenneth to stop talking stats, and a triple double is a stat, and you drunk off of him right now.
But I'm saying
because Russ is not better than James.
James Harden was a scorer. James Harden was a scorer. Russell Westbrook was a scorer. They both are scorers.
So guess what?
When you put him on the floor, James Harden shrunk. Why James Harden shrunk on the court when he was Embiid? Why he shrinks on the court when he's with Kevin Durant?
Because the coaches are literally drawing up plays for Joel to sit at the free throw line. I cannot cook while two other fuckers are right there.
So why not put him? Why not have James
and
Harden
who
come
are
off
you
the
starting
bench,
over him?
and he has
who
the floor all to himself, and he can literally cook in.
That's not how that shit works. That's not how it works.
Nah,
That's
out
why
right
you
now.
filling those pieces,
Ain't
Ralph.
no filling no
You
pieces.
filling those in.
Ain't no filling
Have
no
to fill those
pieces
in.
on that.
So guess what?
You
Because
let
right now, so
Harden
far, we've
go. You
only
don't
seen
bring in
Joel
CP
Embiid and
because
Harden
CP
on the
does
floor at
not
the same
help the
time, and they've
problem.
been trash.
You try to go after
We've
a
seen them
CJ
on the floor already,
McCollum.
and they've
Try
been
to go after
trash.
RJ
Then
Barrett.
why
You got
would
to
not put
somebody
Clay
that
on
can
the
go
bench?
create their own shot rather than sit and have a whole point guard.
So if you already seen both of them on the court at the same
Bro,
time, and they've
you
been
literally
absolute
said
garbage,
Joel
so
Embiid,
when are
all
you
we're
going
gonna
to
help
do
him
that?
scoring the ball is get someone that's
They
only gonna
haven't
give him
been
the ball in
absolute
the fourth
garbage
quarter.
when they
And
both
we already
played.
seen what that looked like.
James Harden and Joel Embiid ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work no more. It just won't.
Joel Embiid averaging 30 points is not going to work anymore. It won't. You're correct,
So you
100%.
so now you're giving Joel Embiid less shots.
No, yes. I'm giving Joel Embiid less shots because I'm tired of seeing a 7-foot man shoot fucking 3-pointers. Take your ass on the motherfucking block and get fouled, go shoot that free throw, and have that nice touch that you have.
We all
Because
are
we're
tired
going to
of it.
need it.
We
We're going to
all are
need
tired
that.
of it.
But
guess
I'm ready
what?
to see the scorer. I'm ready to see the shooting guard be the shooting guard and the center be the center because he can actually be that. These other niggas can't.
Let me get it straight. We have James Harden, who's a shooting guard, playing point guard. We have Maxey, who's a point guard, playing shooting guard.
This shit is retarded.
We have Tobias Harris, who's a small forward, playing power forward. We have Joel Embiid out there playing as
a center as your small forward.
As your small forward. And
like,
then we got PJ Tucker playing as your center. How does where the fuck does it make sense at?
That's not gonna work. Like that coaching, whatever scheme, that shit is so dumb to me. Like that's the problem. It's not the personnel. It's not the personnel. It's the schemes. That's the dumbest scheme to me that I've ever heard of. You put that personnel up against the Nuggets and they can match up.
But that's the thing, right? So now you have Maxey, right? Maxey, you have him running point guard as actual point guard. I haven't seen him run point guard as a real point guard really because he does a lot of attacking. He does a lot of.
That was Ben Simmons' job when he first got in the league. You're right.
And that's the thing. Ben Simmons was a power forward playing point guard.
Fucking power forward playing point. And that's the problem. It's not the personnel. That's my point. It's not the people, bro. It's the schemes that they're in the positions that they're putting them in. I don't want to see Joel Embiid at the free throw line every play like that. Unless you're coming up to set a screen for this nigga James Harden, get your ass down there on that block. Because you're the only one who can get a rebound down there on that block.
James Harden. This is the first center that James Harden has played with that could do more than just catch a lob.
That's a fact. And that's a fact. I'm going to pass it to you when you got your back to the basket. Do your thing.
But that's the thing, though. We have seen so far that he
doesn't work well with.
I'm not going to feed you.
That because I'm not Joel just won the MVP.
That's the problem. They're feeding him.
Argument. Literally.
Literally only by being his teammate.
Really not saying. I'm not.
Hey, it looks like y'all might just have to agree to disagree.
But honestly, I'm going to go back and answer the question.
And we see that James Harden shits the bed.
It depends on their scheme.
It depends. It depends who get. It depends. He might not even be on that team.
It depends on their scheme. I don't think if he's on that team and they he goes to shit the bed. If their scheme is, if they don't have a good scheme, if they're still telling James Harden that Joel Embiid needs to be their primary scorer, then they're going to be in the exact same position. Yep. Joel Embiid does not need to be their primary scorer. James Harden does. He needs to start, be my primary. I need you to go out there and think about getting a bucket. And Joel Embiid, you're going to score. You're the most dominant player on the court every single night.
I think y'all both saying the same thing.
We are.
Joel Embiid just needs to get to the fourth quarter. James Harden James Harden do his thing for the first 3 quarters and scheme it that way. And then fourth quarter, we gotta we have Embiid on preserve, so he got full energy, so he can go and cook and basically seal the game.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Because by that time,
the only thing we don't agree
on
is the fact that I want James Harden just to come off the bench so he can have the whole bench squad to himself. And that's when I know he's gonna be just him being.
But that's why. But listen,
maybe let's see 82 games to see if that works. But playoff time, no.
That's why I
not
said
during the
let Joel
playoffs.
go
Not during
sit
the
down
playoffs.
early. Because if you go let Joel sit down
Do it with
early,
both.
then it's James Harden show. Then bring Joel back. Joel's gonna dominate. You're gonna cook. And especially if it's the second squad out there, nigga, you're gonna eat these niggas alive.
You know what's the crazy part? When they did do the sit Joel Embiid down early strategy, all they did was want James Harden to be like get everybody involved. Which I'm like,
Which
yo,
is
why not?
crazy.
Why don't you want him to score?
Cook.
That's my only problem. Like, why don't we want James Harden to be a scorer? Why do we want him to constantly be a point guard when he's a shooter?
Because he can average. You can be the best. What was it? The number one leader in assists. Like you're the assist leader because you can do that the best. I want that out of you, but I'm taking away from your best qualities, and that's being selfish. Like that's what it is. The teams are being very
what
selfish.
you're supposed to do, and you know what you do to fix that? You get a real point
score
guard
50 a game just to win.
Yeah. If that's the route you want to go, you can go do that. But I think you're going to go backwards. You're going to be in the exact same position because you did that. You have that. Exactly. You're going to be in the exact same position because you have somebody who can lead the league in assists and be the best point guard in the league. But we just went to the second round and lost. So we need another person who can score, and everybody else needs to get better.
Yeah, we'll have to see, man. We will have to see. I got something I want to. Nasha threw this in the group chat earlier. I'm gonna throw this up here, and we can. Everybody can tell us which three. I think you picked three out of here, and we could go off.
That was good. That was a good one. That was a good pick.
We want to see. Okay, here we go. Yeah, pick 3 role players to take your team to the next level. Okay. Before, are we doing this all off for right now or in the prime?
For right now. Right now.
Oh man, damn. Okay.
I mean, Caruso. No, hold on now. If we saying all down,
I would have loved Pat Beverly in the. I would have wanted Pat Beverly in the prime.
I'm about to say what prime does Pat Beverly? Hey,
bro, Pat.
I would have took that whole. I would have took that whole bottom row right there in the prime.
Once again, when the hell was Pat Beverly in his prime, and when the hell was Bobby Portis in his prime?
I'm waiting.
No, I was really just talking about Pat Bev. I would say a few years ago, whatever team he was with, because he was still getting traded around. Maybe the Clippers, Pat Bev. Yeah, the Clippers. That's a good one. I was gonna say Houston, but between like the Houston and Clippers, Pat Bev, I'll go with that.
And Lou Will got all the buckets.
I love that energy. Give me that energy, and then I like the Malik Monk. Give me the Malik Monk. I'll go with Lakers Malik Monk. He's been good with the Kings, but the Lakers was also I didn't really watch any of the regular season, so I only saw him.
Don't worry, the Kings wasn't on TV.
And then Bobby Portis, I like Bobby Portis because he's just like out of all of them, he seems like PJ Tucker's pretty big. He seems like the biggest one out of all.
I feel that.
Yeah, if I'm gonna have a role player, at least I pick one of them to be big. I don't need a bunch of shooters. Like get Josh Hart, I don't need him.
I was about to say I would go Malik Monk, Bruce Brown, and probably PJ Tucker.
I like that too. PJ would have been a good pick.
The fact that Bruce Brown didn't win Sixth Man of the Year, he got robbed. Yeah, 100%.
Who got it?
Malcolm Brogdon.
Yeah, some bullshit.
Well, remember, now that the playoffs might be over next week. We can do those like playoff awards. So remember, we're gonna get those going.
But I got similar, but I'm subbing. So I got Malik. Give me Bruce Brown. And give me Bobby Portis. Now, I was debating about Bruce Brown and Josh Hart, and I was debating about Josh Hart can lock up and can hit you some threes that you need. But I think Bruce Brown has been able to show it in more memorable moments.
He has a good.
If I could get 4, I would have took my boy Caleb Martin, but
now the other thing that I was debating was Malik Monk and Derek White, because I feel like Derek White is a very coachable, like very fundamental player, but Malik just a dog, nigga. Like I just roll the ball out and tell Malik to go get me a bucket, and I know he's coming back for something.
That's why I picked up PJ.
That's valid.
Because in my mind, I was like, PJ, I don't need if I have a bunch of scorers on my team, I just need somebody out there that I know he gonna come back with some blood on him. I know that. He gonna come back with something, and it ain't his blood either.
Boy,
Hey, yeah, if you going to Forsyth, nigga, for sure.
Oh, I know he gonna come back.
See, Pat Bev, he ain't gonna come out with blood. You gonna come out with a broken something. Something gonna break on you.
He gonna come back out, and y'all gonna be fucked up.
But that's the thing,
because he didn't
like
talk so much
PJ.
shit.
I'm not worried about him being an offensive liability. Pat Bev, he could be a liability on offense sometimes.
So
he just be out here shooting trash ass.
Yeah, that is true.
PJ,
Offensively, yeah, that is true.
I just know
offensively.
If the ball gets
gotta
him,
hit that.
But if I got Malik Monk, I'm good. You know, I just need that one dog defensively.
That's what Bobby Portis is for me.
And he could be that
Bobby
one.
Portis that dog.
Me too.
I know. My eyes
yeah,
might creep
yeah,
out, nigga.
yeah.
You might back up.
I got that. Yeah.
Damn, you look at the ball and move that shit.
Hey, Bobby Portis like the poor man's KG.
On God.
Ooh, okay.
Let me go ahead. I was thinking about, man, I was really looking at that boy Caruso, PJ Tucker, and then Malik Monk. Because Malik Monk don't get a bucket. Caruso just come with that energy. He got that spark. Like, when your team, like, kind of lethargic, like, he could just hit a quick dunk, get a quick steal, and turn you up real quick. And PJ Tucker, I just need you in that corner. Just shoot that three. I just need 2 threes out of you in that corner.
Airball probably one of them.
That's cool, but I just need
He might hit that other bitch though.
I could sacrifice him airballing because I know he about to run out. He gonna be as that ball is still in the air. He running in. He already down there.
Coming in there with them bows out, nigga.
No, he gonna play.
Yeah,
he gonna get his own rebound. He gonna shoot the airball, get his own rebound.
He gonna play like he got 3 kids on the way.
He do.
He gonna put it all on the line.
Hey, that's a fact.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
Yeah, Malik Monk, Alice.
Pat Beverly play like he don't have a contract. He play like he play like
he traded the next day.
He trying to. Hey, yeah, I'm about to say he play like he trying to get kicked out the league, nigga. He looking for a problem.
That's what I'm saying. He don't got no contract. He just play for free. He just I'm just here to hoop.
Yeah, I get paid. I get paid to whoop ass, nigga. What you want to do?
That man play like.
Oh, you want me to score? You want me to score? Nah. That ain't in the contract. I said I'm coming here to whoop ass.
Pat,
I ain't coming here to get no buckets, man.
I don't need to warm up. I'm gonna whoop somebody's ass before. I don't need to warm up to whoop somebody's ass.
Hey, I don't even need to warm up. I already warmed up in the back. Go check the mascot.
Hey, where my black at? My black.
Hey, he got that wood tip sweet on him.
My black at?
My 3, man.
Rouse, who's your 3?
Bobby, man. Keep it short and sweet, man. I love 3 and D. 3 and D. How you want to get dirty today?
Okay.
I just don't fuck. I just don't fuck with Bobby Portis, man. I don't know what it is. He just every time I see him, I just go, oh, here come this.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Caruso.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of him, but since he's the biggest guy on this list, I gotta pick a big. Because what?
Sometimes he'll give you 17. Sometimes, but more than likely, you just really want him to be just an irritant, like a third body to throw at. Like if you go in that Paul George and Kawhi, like okay, Giannis on Kawhi, we need you over there in PG, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really his best role for real.
Yep, that's all I want him for. That's all I want him for. I want him to just literally bug niggas out and just sit over there and be ready to grab a rebound and throw that bitch back up top. You know what I'm saying? 1-4 flat. Malik, get in the corner. Bruce.
Yep. All right.
But nah.
Facts. Hey, Bruce has been nice in the playoffs, though. Whether it was here, or then also when he was with Brooklyn, he's been really good. He's been showing up well in the playoffs.
Get the 6th man of the year.
Yeah, he shows
been
up.
Putting up buckets.
Nice.
He shows up.
Yep. All right, we're gonna pivot out of basketball real quick. Najee, go ahead and lead us into the wrestling of the week. You want me to play the video now, or what you want to do?
Hey, this your boy Playboy Troll with the wrestling match of the week. It was on the regular Monday night last week. We had the prize fighter Kevin Owens taking on the ring general Gunther. Man, this is on any other company. This is a main event match, championship match. Like no matter what you think, this here straight up banger. They went out there, they threw hands. If you know anything about Kevin Owens, he fights, and my man's a straight up fighter. And if you know anything about Gunther, my man's his hands the size of a frying pan. When he slap your chest, you gonna feel it, dog. So that match there was a straight up banger, and they gave it to us for free on Monday Night Raw. Right now on the screen, we got it playing on the highlights. But if you want to go catch that whole match, it's only a 20-minute banger, and they just straight up. I'm gonna just give it to you straight up like this. They beat the hell out of each other. They did, and some of those. I was watching the match. My chest started hurting. I'm black, and my chest turned red. That's how bad the match was. I was hurting.
Bro, what?
That match was straight up. Like, I was like, man, my neck was hurting. I was like, my neck, my back, my neck and my back.
Hey, I got a question.
What's up?
How much Vince paid? Because I'm ready to go watch this motherfucker right now, nigga. I'm ready to go watch this. I ain't been in WWE and I don't know how long, and I'm ready to go watch this shit. God damn.
Hey, slap that chest, starfish power.
Ooh, you be in pain. I just love just hear, like, I make sure I have the volume on, because I know your chest gonna be hurting. And he wearing, I want y'all to know, he wearing a shirt. Kevin Owens is wearing a shirt right now. And when look, every time.
Oh, okay. Let's see. That last one was disrespectful.
Every time.
Last one was you basically mushed hit the back of his head with your feet.
I'm telling you, go check it out. It was on literally just free on Monday Night Raw on USA, 8 o'clock Eastern time, 5 o'clock Central time. My bad, 5 o'clock Pacific time. So you boys go catch Raw. But hey, I want y'all to check this match out on YouTube. You can find a whole 20-minute banger just for free. And I'm gonna go ahead and pass it back over to my boy Melly Mel with the next topic.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And speaking of the wrestling, I was watching a replay of some soccer league. I forgot what I was. I'd just be throwing on whatever soccer on a Fox Sports streaming app, and then right after it replayed a wrestling match, and I watched like maybe 5 minutes of it. It was the Samoan guy. I see him all the time on social media. He looks like Samoan, maybe. I don't know. He's got like tattoos. Yeah, he looks like Momoa. That's why I said Samoan, because he looked.
Roman Reigns.
What's his name? What's his name? Roman Reigns. Yep. That's who it was. Yeah, it was that guy. And I watched for like 5 minutes. I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's the match of the week. Y'all boys go catch it. Let me know how y'all feel about it.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought Mel was about to hit us with a weak ass switch segment. You know, he's talking about, speaking of wrestling, I was watching soccer. I'm like, hold up, what the fuck? Where the fuck is he about to go?
But speaking of soccer, I'm flowing back to the soccer because that's what I was watching. I was watching soccer, and then it went into that. But speaking of soccer, we're going to go ahead and get into the goal of the week. Last episode, they cut it off. They said, no, we're not letting you post that on there. So I'm gonna have two. So I'm gonna have two. One of them I saw last night, and the other one I saw earlier this week. So this is the first one that I saw. This was how do I pause it? Yeah, I brought two. And this way I brought it on Instagram, so that way hopefully they don't take it down. If do, oh well. But I saw this on MLS. This was this was in the 90th minute. It was in stoppage time. And I'm about to play it right here. It's in stoppage time, and basically the team in the black is desperate. I forgot which team it was. They're desperate, and he sees that the goalie is way far too out, and this man just says, "You know what? I'm shooting it from out here." This man I'm like, bro, how, bro? The accuracy, like he just says, "You know what? I'm just gonna shoot it from here. I'm tired. We about to lose. Ain't no point." This man, game winner from the midfield, actually behind the midfield. Right over the goalie.
That is
perfect
crazy,
accuracy.
Man.
Look at that spin on there too. Goalie couldn't even get to it.
I was about to ask that,
my question is, why was the goalie even that far back? Like, you know, it's the 90th minute. You see him making a run. Like, you see him. Okay, as soon as I see that, I'm getting in position, because you know he's about to start making a run. 90th minute of the game, they're going to shoot as early as possible. You know what I'm saying?
That.
So I personally, I don't
expect that, but I wouldn't have been all the way up there. Ain't no reason for you to even be out.
Well, this is common though. This is common. You see a dude. Okay, if he was at midfield, he could have took maybe 3 touches and then been in shooting range.
Fact.
So it's really like maybe 4 touches. 4 touches, he would have been in shooting range. So it's like you gotta get ready. At least.
I'm expecting,
especially in the 90th minute,
2 more times. You know, but I don't see why the hell you outside the box.
Yeah. He was all the way back there. Yeah, he was outside because when it finally shows him, he's not even at the goalie box.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro,
Yeah,
where were you
stupid,
when he
bro.
picked
You're
that?
in no man's land.
He had
for
to,
no fucking reason. You thought the game was over.
for no reason, and now you done lost the game because of that. He thought the game. He said, "Oh, we finna. This finna be a breeze." Hey, he's like, "All right, we good, man. I'm just waiting on that whistle."
Damn.
He got defeat him.
Yeah,
He was out of position.
Exactly. Now here's the other one that I got. I'm about to share this one. I'm what the under 20 World Cup. Like these guys are basically the guys that are about to be on the next national team, but they're only the oldest you can be is 20 years old. And they had the World Cup this week. I think Uruguay won it. I watched the replay today. Uruguay won it, but they have a third place game, and it was between South Korea and Israel. And I watched this one today, and I was like, oh yeah, I gotta throw this in there. Watch this one right here. Sends it into the box, one touch, boom, karate style, back corner. I was like, dog, that was too nice.
Straight out of the Karate
Just
Kid,
boom,
boy.
Right in there. That was too pretty. That was one of my favorite ones. Yeah, he took that out the movie, man. That wasn't even a soccer move. That was just more karate. He just went and just chopped right to it. Nice ball to him. Boom. Goalie couldn't even do nothing about that one.
I like that. You know, I feel like a lot of people would have put their head in position there, but that was the safer route.
Yeah, that was the safer because he would have had to dive, and then also based off of where he already was, that header would have been inaccurate, or it would have had too much air on it.
To reach out there, get it, and a lot of people I feel like would have tried to either let it bounce and then hit it, but he like, shit, I'm gonna just catch that bitch in the air.
Yeah, and from the angle where he was at, since he wasn't in front of the goal and more on the side of the goal, a header would have bounced once at least, and then that goalie would have been able to get that. But that type of kick, boom, you're not catching that. That's too much speed on there.
Yeah, that's too much speed.
That been over there.
Yep. So now keeping it back into the world of football, we're going to talk about this right here. The GOAT himself is coming to Miami. It's crazy, man. This is the breakdown of how much possibly. I don't know if this is official of his contract, but I know he's also going to be getting shares of, because I know Inter Miami sponsored by Adidas. He's going to get shares of the team. He's going to get shares when he retires for the team. So it's basically more of a longevity money move.
Yeah,
because also this is apparently what he turned down to go play in Saudi Arabia. He turned down $1.6 billion for 3 years to go play in Saudi Arabia right now.
Let me break this down. So he turned down the upfront money. He turned down the $1.6 billion. So he could get equity in the company. So he could get life, like he's thinking long term instead of the short term instant gratification. Take that,
exactly.
Exactly.
Because look at the club right now. Look at the club right now. Look at that. Look at the tickets already sold out. They go from 800 to 350,000 now. And then also they were saying that one of the games, the tickets were only $29. Now it's like $700 to get a ticket there. Within the first hour, their social media page grew from 1.9 million followers to 7 million followers in the same day.
I feel like
how much is already
gonna
right
make
now?
Some money, but I feel like this though. I feel like personally, like in the long run, yes, but I mean, we're not gonna let's not act like soccer. Soccer is growing in the United States, and we can sit here and try and keep doing everything that we want. But I mean, bro, just like hockey, bro, we're trying to bring hockey up. You know, Snoop Dogg going over there. There's so many things that they're trying to grow. So I just think that I probably would have went for that Billy and then probably invested that shit back into it, because I think at that same point you would have got it back.
Yeah, because look at these guys. Look at the NBA. KD, he has money in the Union. Trae Young, I don't think he does. I think he's a fan. Giannis has money at FC Nashville. So it's like a lot of players have money in the league, and you can make good money. I think he could have made his money
investing it in there instead of. I think he just wanted to move to the States. Like he want to move to Miami. He want to come over and dominate.
I think that's one thing.
Over here, dominate. His stardom.
That's true.
And one thing about the United States is it builds stars. You know what I mean? Like you can be in Paris, you can do all this, you can do everything you want to do and be this fashion icon, but you come into the States. You coming over here to that gala.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like how you go into the Paris Fashion Week. You know what I mean? So like stars are coming to the United States.
Yeah, he that's one thing too though, because a lot of the Saudi Arabia, the guys that are going, Ronaldo just left like a few months ago. He went to go play in Saudi Arabia, but Ronaldo's 37, Messi's only 34. Who's to say he doesn't do 3 years in the MLS, still get his money, retires in the MLS, but then still goes to play in Saudi Arabia and can still go get maybe 1.2 billion or maybe like right under a billion.
Don't understand,
he can still make that same money.
Saudi Arabia have a lot of money.
But he could get hurt though. He could get hurt though. You playing around?
Yeah, that's what I said.
You out here playing around with your.
That's true.
Saudi Arabia, they pay for the name value. They don't care. They don't care for how old you are.
Okay.
Because I'm about to say they even like I only talk about this as of because even in the wrestling side, right? They would literally have a show in Saudi Arabia, and they would call 56-year-old Goldberg or Undertaker, motherfuckers have been retired for years. They will literally just drop $1 billion on them, or they'll drop literally like 20, 30 million just to see them wrestle one match for 5 minutes. Like
that's crazy.
Saudi Arabia, they just have so much money over there to the point where it's like anybody that they want, they would drop any number that they would want to have just so they can have them over there. Because in Saudi Arabia, they're huge fans of like
that's true.
People don't understand. Like Saudi Arabia is huge fans of sports and huge and sports names. So like, really, it's like if you're a big name, they want you there. Shit, they might drop They might drop 1.7 billion just to bring Serena Williams out of retirement, just so she could do exhibition games over there. That's how they are. Like that's how Saudi Arabia runs.
That's true. And the thing with the Messi thing about him getting injured, see, when you play in Europe, you have the Champions League just finished. Shout out to Manchester City. They won the treble, which is basically you win the Champions League, you win your British Premier League, and then you also win like the FA Cup, which is like your other domestic cup between all the professional leagues in England. So like you have all those competitions within the season. You come over to the MLS, they have one, and they have a playoff system, and that's it. So it's like the injuries are less likely to happen because there's now less games as well, too. Soccer, they literally just ended their season, but they started the same week of NFL. So imagine, it's literally soccer starts when the NFL starts and ends when the NBA ends. You have all those tournaments, all those games. That's why they do have a lot of resting and stuff like that, where it's like, okay, if I know I got a cup final this week, I'm not going to play you for no regular league game. That's not smart. So... But that can still take a toll on you, though. As to where you're here in America, you just got to worry about your games on the weekends because they only play on like Saturdays and maybe like Wednesday or something like that. And like you said, he wants to move his family here. The Miami culture is Hispanic. Mm-hmm. He's from Argentina, so it's a little bit closer. Instead of having to cross overseas, you just got to fly over the Caribbean. So, and he's coming off a World Cup, so he wants to be closer to home because he probably realized, I know they loved me in Argentina, but now they love me even 10 times more. So it's like, of course, I want to be closer to home.
Yeah, he did it not for himself, but, for the whole entire situation, for everybody around him.
Yeah, and it's like, let's be honest. Do you really want to move your family to that part of the world, or would you? Ronaldo, it's different. Ronaldo does have a family, but I think it's just different for him. But it's like, Messi, he's been more of the more laid back kind of family type of guy. It's like Ronaldo's been kind of the Kobe, and Messi's been kind of more of the LeBron. Like Ronaldo's more kind of that killer, that Mamba mentality, that go-getter. LeBron's kind of more the family guy, the laid-back chill, and that's how Messi is. So I think Messi just kind of wanted to do something more along the family side. I think that's what he said too as well.
Yeah,
so.
I'm about to say, because Saudi Arabia kind of rough with families over there. And I mean, even like Messi's he's married with kids and everything. Like they literally just had to change the rule around for Ronaldo because he's not married. And like their rule over there is like if you're not married, you can't live with a girl. So it's like you have to be married. Yeah, and then
if you want me to play here,
like yo, it's okay for you to not be married and living with your girl to sleep with her. It's okay. But before him, it was like, yo, if you ain't married, you can't sleep with your girl.
And it was also if you were Muslim as well. Like if you didn't identify, like possibly they're opening up to now saying like, okay, if you're not Muslim, then you could do all together. But if you identify as Muslim,
like you couldn't sleep.
You
could not sleep in the same bed as a female if you weren't married. Now that they've changed it now because they want Ronaldo to stay there, and like he's been with his girlfriend I think like 10+ years now, something like that, or 5+ years now. So it's like. Yeah, they changed the rules around just so he can stay there. But Messi, he has a family and everything, and it's still rough and like Ronaldo doesn't have kids, so it's like Messi has kids and he has a full family, so it's better to raise a child here in Miami than in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. So my question is, and then I'm gonna show y'all some videos that I saw that I've been seeing online recently that about soccer. Then we can tap out of it. But do you think that Messi coming over here? Pat kind of touched on it a bit, but do you think Messi coming over here is going to change how Americans view the sport and how it impacts us?
Yes and no, because I mean, soccer's it's kind of like, I'm not saying baseball is bad. Baseball is like a boring sport or anything like that, and like nobody watches it. But like, it's like one of those things where, like in the black community, it's kind of like, oh, we're going to a soccer game. Oh, okay, cool. It's not like the first thing that comes to mind. It's like, oh, y'all, it's a soccer game going around. So like me, I didn't know the prices of a soccer game was that low. And I don't really know that many soccer teams in America. I don't really know like Galaxy, and I know Miami. I knew they already had a team, but I didn't. And I think New York has like one or two teams.
Atlanta, yeah, New York has two teams. Atlanta has a really big fan base. Like Orlando, a majority of the teams have one.
Mind is let's go to a soccer game or turn on soccer. But now that you kind of have Messi here, it's in America. It's kind of like, oh snap! And I wouldn't say Miami is a bad marketing place, but it's kind of like the Miami Heat. Why the Miami Heat fans? Why it's not that many people that be in the games? Because so much stuff you can do in Miami. So it's like, that's why I'm surprised when you was like, they're sold out. I'm like, man, that's kind of crazy, because usually in Miami, you could barely get people there because like, yo, it's so much you do.
This is the best soccer player in the world. Like, it's going to sell out. You know what I'm saying? He's the greatest soccer player. And the MLS is known for doing this. They did it with David Beckham, which also, I want to let everybody know, David Beckham, if you know who he is, he owns Inter Miami as well, too. So this is also part of the deal. Beckham brought him in and said, hey, this worked for me because I left when I got old. I left England when I got old and they didn't want me anymore. I couldn't keep up with the younger guys. I came to the MLS and I balled out with Landon Donovan on the Galaxy. That's why you know the Galaxy, because of David Beckham. Bend it like Beckham. Bend it like Beckham, as they used to say. Yeah. So it's like he's been able. Yep, he played for Team USA. That was and I think Landon Donovan's still like the all-time leader. And apparently Messi's team that he's joining, they are the worst in the Eastern Conference right now, but they have the like second or third all-time leading scorer as well. Like Landon Donovan has like 145 or something like that, and the all-time leader has like 134. So imagine, because Messi's that's why I say Messi's kind of like the LeBron. He has a lot of stats. Like this past season, like being that he was on the same team as Mbappe and Neymar, two great scorers, he had more assists than he'd had goals. And that's kind of been his whole career too. He's been more of an assist type of player. So imagine now he's going to give an assist to a guy who's about to break the record for the all-time goals. So it's like, as soon as he gets here, he's already hit. Before he gets here, he's making history. Then his first couple games, he's probably going to make history.
So yeah, this is going to be people's chance.
Really beautiful impact.
It's kind of like those people who weren't able to see Michael Jordan, that are huge fans of Michael Jordan. This is your chance to see Michael Jordan now. Because
once in a lifetime generation talent.
How long is this contract?
Yeah, that's why these tickets are already sold out. The contract, I think he's going to be 3 years.
3 years. I got to take a trip down to Miami and go catch that.
Yeah, or just wherever they're at. Because I'm also looking at, because they do go to Atlanta. I'm looking at an Atlanta United game soon. They play them in like October because their season starts. They wait until the NBA playoffs starts around that time. That's when. Actually, no, I would say no. They start in like March. They start in March and then end in like October.
Miami because I
and then do the playoffs right before Christmas.
That's the only place I really haven't been able to get to is Miami. And I was to get there was the only reason I went to Miami was a quarantine, and I was like, damn. So yeah, I got to get there.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna show these quick videos because this is when I think of the soccer culture. I think of stuff like this, where it's like they got the soccer fields right in between their houses. It don't matter how poor they are, they're gonna be playing some soccer somewhere. Like I think of stuff like that, and I'm like, maybe this could be America. Not, of course, the infrastructure, but it could be like this in America, to where now we're gonna be playing soccer everywhere because of this guy came over. And I don't think it'll be now, but it'll be this younger generation of kids. You know what I'm saying? It'll be this younger generation that's watching. Yeah, they're seeing the GOAT. They're seeing the GOAT play.
In Japan,
so they're
they
like,
got
okay.
it just like that. They got soccer fields on top of buildings in the middle of the city.
Rooftop.
Like, yeah, it's like soccer, man. If you travel, like you gonna know the impact of soccer and how big it is. Us being in the States and the fact that Messi coming to the States,
it's huge.
Man, it's gonna add to it.
It's definitely gonna add to it. I agree. Because I mean, I think, like personally, I think it's gonna make like a Snoop Dogg's move to try to make hockey, the next big thing in the States or whatever. Like it's gonna make that a lot harder because, like you said, Atlanta United has a huge fan base already. And then I mean, there's still baseball. There's still like all these other sports are still trying to. There's tennis. What I mean, they're still trying to etch their name out here. Like they're not going away. So. But then when you get the GOAT, like the best player of the sport, to come over, like that's like Serena saying, "Hey, I'm going to go play in France." Yeah, consistently.
Like I'm gonna be,
but
I'm gonna be doing my thing out here. That'd be amazing, man.
That shit was packed out.
Like I live in France, so.
Yep. I'm gonna show this real quick video of that because this is just a great story that I heard in soccer this past week about like I think a few weeks ago I talked about like the promotion and relegation and how you can go from like a semi-pro team all the way to being in the number one league. And this is just a good story because I think they made history for being like the longest climb to like top level. So I'm gonna let this play. Hopefully they keep it. If not, I'll clip it out. But let this play.
At this $1 billion stadium and then here. Luton Town's promotion story is just insane. See, back in 2009, Luton Town were in England's 4th division, one of the last leagues before it becomes semi-pro. But then they went even further down. They were hit with a 30-point deduction for financial irregularities and dropped into non-league football. This is what made the promotion into the Premier League so damn crazy. They did what every non-league club only dreamed of. Fought their way all the way up to the Premier League, and they did it in just 10 years. That makes them the first club in history to ever do that. And since Pelly Ruddock was there the whole time, he also holds the same record as a player. Now, to see how unlikely this scenario is, all you need to do is look at their stadium. Apparently, they're going to have to invest $10 million to get it up to the Premier League standards. It holds just 10,000 people, and to get into the stadium, you literally pretty much go through neighbors' backyards. I mean, I wouldn't even know this is the entrance to a stadium. I can't wait to see a team like Man City play here. Imagine playing at this $1 billion.
I just thought that was how do I exit it? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I just thought that was a cool story because I was like, dang, especially for that player who like, bro, y'all was basically a semi-pro team and now you about to be playing against the best players in the world. Like, just imagine that. Like, your money finna get long. Like, you good now. Like, the amount of loyalty you stayed with the program, they gonna definitely make sure you straight. Exactly. And then the whole thing about having to like renovate the whole thing, like the fact that you would walk past the stadium, won't even know it's really there. And now they about to be like the center of the city. That's just what makes the story great and amazing. That I was like, yeah, I gotta talk about this.
Miami trying to stay in it, but the Nuggets trying to walk them back down.
What is it? A minute and a half? Yeah, I thought they would have been at halftime by now. Okay. Yeah, they doing their thing. Hopefully, like we said earlier, Miami's not gonna go down without a fight. At least,
they've been here before, down plenty of times. They were down to the Lakers plenty of times going into the fourth and kept their poise and brought it back in. So absolutely, we'll see how it go.
Most definitely,
man. Go down.
Yep. Before we get up out of here, y'all, we got to talk about some American football. We haven't really talked about it a lot on the podcast because, we're still further away from the NFL season, which can't get here any sooner. But we got to talk about some of these free agents that are still available. To me, I think they can really help lead a team to a Super Bowl. Dalvin Cook got released this week. Ezekiel Elliot has yet to make a decision on where he wants to go. And DeAndre Hopkins 2 weeks ago was released.
Chill out.
Okay, let's do DeAndre Hopkins first. Where do y'all think DeAndre Hopkins could land?
Bring him to
Bring your
New
talents to
England.
Dallas,
Oh
man. If you
no,
want to
we
ring.
good on Dalvin, baby, in KC.
Okay.
Baby.
First of all, we're not finna do this. Just come to my
We'll
team.
be
We're
nice.
not finna do this. Come to my
Bring your
team type
talents to
thing.
Dallas if you want to
Fire.
ring.
Yeah, granted, I can't do that.
Man, DJ Rozay do it all the time. I thought.
Sir.
Well, we don't take his
Fucking
opinion.
won, nigga. I told them boys.
Oh my God, damn
Bro,
it!
you
You
a
a Kansas
fan.
Yeah,
fan,
nah,
bro?
can't.
God
Nah,
damn!
man.
You see what
God
He's
I'm
not.
talking about?
damn,
You see
bro.
what I'm talking
You a KC? When you
Yes,
became a
sir.
KC fan?
That nigga making more money than the
Hey,
hoes out
I
the
like
booty
Alex
club.
Smith,
I'm
but
telling
I
you,
love Patrick
shit.
Mahomes.
Since,
Love Mahomes.
since day one, I've been with them.
Who gives
I've
a
That
been
fuck?
boy,
with
hey, he'll
KC
tell you
ever
anything
since
you want to hear,
Patrick
boy.
Mahomes came to the
I
ball.
like players, and
Who,
none of niggas like that
who,
shit. So fuck it. Hey, fuck
okay,
it.
who was the quarterback before that?
Yeah,
Who was the quarterback
y'all
before
have it.
Alex Smith?
Y'all don't talk to me about football. When I try to
Wow.
call y'all boy about football,
Disgusting.
y'all don't talk.
Who
Go
gives a
wherever the
fuck?
winds come.
Y'all don't talk to me.
Bro, I've been under the rock. Have I been in the
No, I like
closet?
the call.
I thought he was a
I
Buck.
definitely thought he was a Bucks fan.
No.
Oh,
No, he's never been a Bucks fan.
No, he always
Hey,
been.
nah.
He
Nah,
never
Hey,
he
been.
y'all
never
He
been a
niggas
Bucks.
just
start saying
started a couple years.
Burrowhead.
He was a
Like,
Cardinals
Cardinals,
fan
okay.
back in high
That's
school.
what he was a Cardinals.
You
That's
not
what
a
it was. I knew
KC
he was
fan.
no.
You a Pat Mahomes fan. Shut
Thank you.
See, and I saw this something on Instagram. I saw something on Instagram about that where it was saying like in basketball, it's different to do that. Like you can do that like I'm a fan of this one person. In football, you
you
can't
get
really
kind of
do it
tired when
like
you're rooting
that.
for the
You can't
same
just be like,
team
oh, I'm a
and they
fan of
own
this
head
one
decision.
person
Like, why the hell we
and
let
just
that
like
nigga
team
go?
hop.
And
It's
why
not the
niggas
same.
go?
Basketball,
Get
you
kind
could
of
do that
tired of this
because
shit,
like
bro. So
basketball kind
I
of
don't like
like
to sit around and wait for a
thrives
team to
off
get
the
their head better,
individualism
bro.
a little
I
bit.
ain't-
As where football, that's not really
I
the
don't
thing.
like to do that. Hey, he is.
What? That's called
That's something
loyalty.
you don't know
Hey,
nothing about.
bro.
It's
But
called
before the
loyalty.
Cardinals, it was the Eagles, and when they let
You
all
out
them
here
niggas walk, I
talking
said,
like
"This
Frank
league is
ain't
a
like
business."
you acting like
This
Cooley
league is
ain't a
yes, I
Falcons
was,
fan.
bro.
What you talking
Yeah,
about?
remember back in high school, bro. You
That
was
man
Eagles
said
fan.
they
I
make
told
the
you I
same
love the way that
bonehead
I'm
bitch
still
did
gonna
decisions,
go
put
and
the
you
that
way
just
Falcon
Sean
with
jersey
no
Jackson
on.
threw that
loyalty,
big
boy.
pole
Still
tip.
gonna
Yeah, I
put my
told you, bro. When they let that man walk, I was like, bro, I'm out.
No, you was never. We don't claim you. We don't claim you.
Stop the cap.
Hey, look,
No,
hey,
I
all
don't
I know
claim
is
you,
when I said
D-Hop,
and
T
I
gonna win,
Nice,
then
he
I didn't
winning, bro.
claim you.
That's all
Back
I
then
and
know.
the
they didn't
Jets.
want
Nope.
me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot.
Thank you,
They
Pat.
all on
Thank
me.
you, Pat. Thank you, Pat. You know what? Yeah, thank you, Pat. We need to stop focusing on this man with his fair weather
I
fanness.
think he's
Let's go
slated to
back to
be
the
nice in New
subject I
York
had.
regardless. Any team, and Buffalo,
Which New York? Both of them?
New York, New Jersey,
Don't no.
New York, the Jets, and the Giants. He would be tough with all of them teams. Yeah,
Oh, you're saying Buffalo too? At New York team. Okay. Well, to me personally,
To Dallas?
he could
why?
be a number two,
Why he got to
but
be a
I think
number
he still
two?
has
Yeah,
a little bit
Stephon
of
gonna be
number one.
mad.
You
But
should.
Stephon, hey, if you want to run a ring, Stephon, go on and bring your
Oh, we
ass
might
over to
no way.
Dallas.
Stephon,
Hey, you want to win a
no,
ring?
Stephon not doing that. He
You
ain't
want to
leaving.
win
He
a
ain't
ring in
leaving.
Dallas? Huh?
What?
What?
Nah, man.
Yeah.
What ring? What ring?
Hey,
What
A
type of ring?
lollipop?
Hey, must be their
hey,
year.
State
Go.
y'all just shut it down, all right?
Texas takes high school football so seriously because they know the
Until
professional
we
teams
don't no
gonna
more.
flop.
Okay.
That's all. D Hop. I can see D Hop
too.
Oh
going
yeah,
to
I can see
Jacksonville.
that with that young quarterback. I can definitely.
Yeah, because remember he
Boy,
does have
Trevor
specific
Lawrence
things
got
on his list.
him.
I don't know about Dalvin Cook and Ezekiel Elliott, but he did say he wants a team with a decent O line,
No, not the Chargers,
offensive
bro.
and decent and defensively, and he wants a quarterback that's kind of like. He's not saying that he needs to be
going
like
to
top
either
10, but he needs to have
the
like
Jags,
dedication. The Chargers,
Why?
nah. The Chargers not doing that.
Why?
Chargers not doing that. They just had to pay Eckler. They almost couldn't. They can't afford him. I don't think they can.
Bro, you coming in here just trying to win a ring. That's all he looking for.
But I don't think Justin Herbert got that ring in him yet.
On the 49ers.
I thought about the Niners too. But
Yeah, that was
one
of my thoughts
already.
too.
He gonna get lost.
49ers, yeah. Well, not on the outside. Ayuk is kind of a slot guy. Debo, he's still trying to say
out of that boy Ayuko. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he is, but not no number one.
Yeah,
At the
your
end of the
number
day,
one
your number
definitely gotta be
one can't be a
D-Hop.
slot guy. Your number one needs to be either your number one needs to be a go grabber like CC Jefferson who can just go up and get it, or it needs to be a possession guy like Stephon Diggs. You can't have a smaller slot player as your number one unless he's a Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is the only exception.
Yeah,
Deshaun Jackson,
because
only
they're like
exception.
fucking 10
Steve
yards
Smith,
ahead of the niggas
well,
just trying to
Steve
catch the
Smith
ball.
was like a slot. Yeah, it's like there's a few exceptions like that, and the only one in the league right now, we only get one at a time. Like Deshaun Jackson was the only one during his time. Tyreek Hill is the only one during this time. Steve Smith was kind of the only one for his time, but then again, Steve Smith, you could put him on the outside sometimes.
Ocho was more or something like that. He had that speed.
Yeah, that's true. But he was good route runner and possession. He was balanced.
Like,
he was
his
balanced.
footwork, speed, in and out his breaks.
He definitely was.
You could put him anywhere on the field. I could with Chad.
Yeah. I feel like D-Hop could go anywhere. I feel like he's going to go to one of the playoffs. I feel like he's going to go to a team lost in the playoffs, either in the first or second. No, not a conference final, because think of the conference finals. It was Philly,
We got you.
49ers, which I think they could be the only ones. And then after AFC, who is it? Cincinnati and Kansas City. He's not going to neither of those two.
Juju just left.
Even if he goes,
he's not going to Cincinnati.
Stop.
Where'd Juju go? Oh, he did.
He went to New England.
Oh, Juju.
He did go to New England. Oh, yeah.
He's a number one.
He wasn't number one.
We let Juju go because, hey, man, we're looking for a new number one.
Okay, yeah, D-Hop could go to Kansas City. Damn, man, that does actually look. I forgot about Juju not being there.
They need to make a. They need to ship one of them niggas out.
They good.
And then it's not Jamar.
Before it's too late, maybe. Oh yeah, it's not Jamar, and you don't want to give who's the other one? You ship Boyd out. See what you can get, boy. But if you get a good offer for Higgins, let Higgins go, because it's not like Higgins is that far better.
If D-Hop comes to the goddamn table, he like, should I come? You know what I'm saying? But it's too many niggas catching the ball already. You know, all right, well, Higgs, you know what I mean? It's been a nice run, bro, but it's just you're too much of a star for us to keep you here at this point.
Well, he said he wants to go to a good D-line. Kansas City just lost Frank Clark. I forgot where he went to. I think he went to Cincy. Somewhere. I forgot where Frank Clark went. I saw it somewhere this week. Though. He's gone. Yeah, I think that'll make him bypass all those like prerequisites. If it's like if a team is good enough, he's like, okay, I don't care.
We 3-0.
Being said, air quote, the worst defense in the league, that they still can go and get that thing done.
Go ahead. Nah. I have a whole lot of chat. I just want to state that. Go ahead.
Stop, bro. You don't even have any real big.
Oh my god. This nigga here.
You don't even know how to say that. You're quoting.
Let's go on and move on to that goddamn ransom running motherfucker of Ezekiel Elliot.
We'll come back to your boy last. We're gonna do your boy last. Actually, no, we can do Zeke. We can do Zeke now. Okay, Zeke. Where is he going? He had Philly. What was the other team? Cincinnati. I forgot who the last team was, but Philly said we wasn't interested in him because then we went and got
so
we went and got somebody else. Houston.
Hey, man.
I was about to say he ain't gonna do well. No, because they got that rookie out of Florida. They good. Houston don't want him.
Don't give a fuck. Trash.
I think he go to Jacksonville.
Come on, that bias.
You go to Tampa Bay.
Bias as fuck.
You can't always bet him, man, because he not.
I ain't wishing.
You getting a toxic ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, I am. I'm being the worst. I'm being the worst because I gave you everything. I gave you everything for years.
Not give you everything,
nigga.
I bought you Jordans and I bought you things you can't pronounce.
Not really ran. You walked all over me.
Y'all stood by his side, man. Y'all stood by his side when he got caught with the bunny in the bed or something. What was that? What happened with that?
Had that white girl.
Yeah, and that was early in his career too. That was early in his career.
It's just that. You know, I'm a little hurt. But in reality,
don't attack him.
he'd be
That's
a good
y'all
bell
owner
back.
fault.
I think he should go to
Your owner be trying to play GM.
that's the problem.
Their fault.
That's the fucking problem. But I think he should go to the Jets.
Oh, that's a nice spot. Yeah.
That was supposed to happen.
Oh, no.
That was supposed to happen. Now that you brought that up, I think that was going to happen. They were saying, and that was before Aaron Rodgers got there. They were saying Zeke is going to go there, and then Aaron was going to come or something like that.
Y'all might actually
don't know.
the bread on them, but
I could see Zeke going to the Packers. Shoot. Oh, wait, no, they still got Aaron Jones.
No, I don't see it there.
Maybe Zeke goes out west. Maybe he goes to the Rams.
Promote him to the New England.
I can see that.
Unfortunately, I can't be mad at that.
It'd be no reason.
It's not no bread. You don't got to spend a lot of bread. You don't got to spend a lot of bread for Zeke, and I think that's why he hasn't been signed yet. You know, because you don't have to. The guys that you got to spend the big money for are the guys that get signed quickly.
The Panthers.
It's the guys that take a while.
Okay.
No, they just took Miles Sanders from us. I think they're good. They're good. I don't think that's their play style with Bryce. Well, no, with Bryce Young, he coming from Bama, they did like a running back kind of like that. Well, no, actually, no, because this running back that came here to Detroit, Jahmyr Gibbs, he was one of the first Alabama backs who's kind of more versatile compared to like all their previous backs like Jacobs and Henry, who have been like downhill running backs, as to where like now Bryce Young, since he's more of a quote unquote passer, this is like the best quarterback Alabama's probably had ever. He thrives off of more versatile running backs that he can slip it out and throw it to.
Quick,
so.
back to Hop. I think Hop would be a good fit on Miami. With Water.
Okay. Get some veteranness to that receiving core. Yeah.
Decent defense. So
yeah, they got they play the defense, they don't have like a specific star, but they do play well together. Oh no, they got Ramsey now. I'm tripping. They got Ramsey now. Dang. But you know who else they say might go to Miami? Is the next guy we're going to talk about.
See that.
Mr. Cook. Because he a Florida boy. Because I remember he did go to Florida State. So he is a Florida boy. Dalvin Cook might come back home. The man been in Minnesota for 4, 5, 6 years, been cold as heck. He like, bro, bring me back all the way home. He just might. I don't know though. Some players thrive good when they come home. Some players don't.
They usually if they go home, it sometimes end up being a distraction, man.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I would love Miami for Lamar, but then I was like, I don't know though, because Lamar, he back home. He's still good in Baltimore anyway. So. Exactly.
I mean,
you know about Rozay,
really
you know about them South Florida Warriors.
I kind of agree with the tip what Pat was saying earlier. Like, I like Dalvin a lot, but I just don't really see him going anywhere that's going to swing.
So, anybody else got any predictions for Dalvin Cook?
That's just me personally. Maybe it's coming from out of Minnesota, not really getting to see him do any games until. But I think Ezekiel will be the better pickup for a third and short situation for a lot of these passing teams. That's just me. That's kind of how I look at it. I mean, depending on what you look, if you're looking for a every down bat, but the new league is everyone got 2 running backs. You're not looking for someone to be your bell cow. You ain't looking for your AP. You're looking for someone that said, "You give me a 2."
No, you're true. I definitely like
true.
So why would you need Ezekiel Elliott
or pay him the bat that he might be looking for?
That's what your second running back would be.
I wouldn't mad with that either.
Okay, I see what you mean.
I mean, Mike keeps saying
I don't know. It depends on what I got and what my offensive scheme is, depending. Shoot, I could see Dallas making a move for Dalvin and just replacing basically Zeke with just a more consistent.
I wouldn't be mad.
A consistent player. Because Dalvin has been a little bit off, so maybe he does kind of take a.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be honest, Dallas, you can't rely on Tony Pollard being your number one. You can't. He's flashy and he's great, but he's not gonna be your number one. That's like saying I want Darren Sproles as my number one. No, he was always a number 2 back. He was always lightning to a thunder.
in terms of things which you talk about coming in a fantasy or fighting or looking for really good content to just divulge in and say, oh, damn, this is really dope. This is one of the ones because it's the background behind the whole show is crazy. And when you think of the term Ragnarok, when you see movies, shows talking about like the end of something, thus beginning the beginning of a new chapter. And so when it comes to records of Ragnarok, it bases on humanity and whether it should continue to survive or not. And this premise, like all the gods and deities from everyone's religions or scientific background, people of notable history or gods, deities are all basically coming to a term saying whether humans should survive or not. And to determine that, they have to do a whole battle. It's not a battle royale in the sense where it's every man for himself, but it's 1-on-1, 10 battles, a first to six win. That's how it go. And if guys win 6-4, humanity get killed. Everybody's race, no more humans. But if humanity wins, we have a chance to earn another, I think it said like 3,000 years before another time of judgment, just to prove that, hey, guys, we're still here. We're not just ignoring you. And it doesn't just like talk about like just Christianity gods or Muslim gods. You have from Shiva, the North, no, God dang, what's the word? The Nordic gods like Thor, Odin. It got African gods too in there too, but more like Shiva in this fight. Basically, this whole video clip is breaking down his background of where he came from and how he basically fought through 1,000 Indian gods to become the god of destruction, thus the most powerful god of the Indian gods of how to decide who's the strongest. And basically, that man's top tier. Like real loud, he just loved to fight. He ain't really think about doing nothing. He's just like, bro, I just want to live my life and just do whatever. Like it was really his friend there in this video that inspired him to say, hey, bro, this is my dream. I want you to carry it out for me. And it's really a beautiful anime in terms of every fight or every time you come in a new context of characters. You have people like Jesus, Ben Franklin, Lu Bu. That's from like Chinese histories and stuff like that. But it's a lot of people in here, and you'll be like, whoa, what the hell? Like the very first fight comes from Zeus versus Adam. And not Adam of down the street, Adam at your school. Like, no, like Adam from Adam and Eve versus Zeus. Like, that's a hell of an interest in terms of how the thing breaks down. And as you continue to watch, you'll find yourself really addicted to that bit, bro. Like, for real. It's real. And while you're checking out the Netflix too, by the way, Avatar 2 just dropped out on HBO and Disney Plus, man. I got into it myself. Hey, man, that's a banger. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And that's all we want with consuming content in 2023, man. Get that bit back on the Jamel, man. Take the rock, bro.
Yeah, especially that Avatar 2, man. I saw that in theaters the very first day it came out. And boy, because I've been waiting on that movie since I was a kid, man. And that movie was amazing. And I can't wait for the third one. Hopefully they stop after that. But
Can I answer
because I don't. Yeah, like I just need one more. I'm not gonna spoil it or talk about how the second one ends, but they do need one more to just show me that. And then if they want to do like some sides, actually no, don't give me anything else. Just give me one more story in a good video game, and I'll be happy with the franchise.
Go check out Avatar 2. If you get a chance after you check out those two, go check out that new Spider-Man Spider-Verse that just recently hit theaters. Yeah, man, it's a whole lot of content going around. Sometimes you gotta be a fan of what's going on. Tap in.
Got to see all the new stuff coming out, and there's way more movies to come out, and we're gonna try to talk a little bit more about them as they get out there, because Rozay's doing his thing with the recommendations, telling us what to watch on the weekends when we got some free time, all that stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the wisdom of the week, and then we're gonna get up out of here, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Frank.
Wisdom of the week, man. I just want to let y'all know. I want to drop some wisdom. This is the wisdom I want to drop this week, man. Meditation. Just giving your mind, you got to do maintenance on your car. You got to do maintenance in your relationship. But you got to sometimes do that maintenance on your mind. You got to put your mind at rest. And that don't mean you got to take a nap or nothing. But meditation, I recommend it for all men, especially, us brothers. Take them. I don't care what it look like. It look different to everybody. What that meditation is, or that space where you could just let your mind relax and unwind and kind of envision where you want your life to go. How they say manifestation, how you could picture, okay, if I was in my best situation, if I was around the best people, if I was in getting the best money, what that looked like for you, and kind of meditate on that. So every day you walking towards that, you know what I'm saying? Or even, you just need to clear your mind. You got a lot of stuff going on. Right now we're doing the podcast. Najee, he got his podcast going, everybody respectfully, either in school, at their job, take them 2 minutes, 3 minutes, maybe 20 minutes if you can allow it, and just focus on your breathing out through the mouth, and get in a good rhythm of that. Do that like maybe 2-3 times out the week, and watch how it change, your pace. Watch how it change, even how you interact with people. You're less reactive. You less emotional, making decisions emotionally. You're able to process, feel, and let go. You know what I'm saying? So that's wisdom of the week. Get some good meditation in when you get the chance.